Hello, my name's Darren and welcome to another Training Tuesday. Today we're in Warwick at the Training Academy. Today we're going to be looking at accessing the engineer menu screen on the Baxi 400 Combi 2.1 and I'm going to give you some little tips. Before we get into the detail, it's just nice to remember that the 400 and the 600 and the 800 range are all identical. Okay, let's have a look at the menu. If we go to the display, first thing we need to do is access the menu by pressing the menu button, which is button 3. What we'll see then is the display change and we'll get these little icons appear at the top. I can use either of the control to scroll through to my selected menu. In this case, we're using the engineer menu, which is the middle icon. What I need to do now is press the tick button because I want to access that menu. We've got now a list of codes, so we've got to scroll through those codes to choose the code we need. In this case, we're going to look at something called CP treble O. So if I scroll again using either one of those controls to CP treble O and press enter because I want to access that menu, what this is going to give me is my heat output to my heating system. In this case, it's set to 60 degrees. If we want to increase or decrease that temperature, again, we'd use either one of these controls. So if I wanted to increase it a little bit or decrease it, then I would just make my setting and press the enter button. What I've done now is I've locked that code in. Once I've finished, I press the return button once, twice, to revert back to the main menu. So let's have a look at some more options that we've got in the engineer menu. So remember, we're going to press our menu button, select my engineer function, press enter. I've accessed the code. This time we're going to look at something called PP018. So PP018 is found quite far down the menu. So there we go, PP018. And again, I press the enter button. What this is going to allow me to do is change my pump speed. So this product comes out of the factory set at 85% pump speed, but I might have an example or a property where I need a little bit more power. What this one is now doing me is giving me access to pump speed. So at the moment I've got it set on 100%. It comes out of the factory set at 85. If you notice, you can't go any lower than 85%, but I can increase it to 100% if I need to. If I want to increase it to 100%, change the screen, press the enter to lock that code in. Once I've locked that code in, press the return button once, press it twice to come back to the main menu. So we've just changed now pump speed from 85% to 100%. Just bear in mind, you can't go any lower than 85%. So you've got this extra range from 85 to 100. Another function that is of use to us is something called factory reset. Okay? In this function, we can do a factory reset, or we can actually change the product from natural gas to LPG. So back to our menu button, button 3, enter. Display is going to change again, so we're going to have our icons appear at the top. We're going to scroll till we make our engineer icon flash. We're going to press the enter button because I want to access that menu. So I'm going to scroll now to a code called CNF. And again, CNF right at the end of our menu. There it is. So CNF, again, I want to access that code, so I'm going to press enter. This is now going to give me a coding for the boiler's internal memory reference. So you'll see on the display, it's showing us CN1. In this particular case, CN1 is 66. That's referring to a 24 kilowatt natural gas boiler. If I want to change that to an LPG, I could change that code into whatever the LPG manufacturer's instructions give me. In this case, I want to do a factory reset. So what I can do is just enter to accept that code because that's its original code and go to the next reference, which is CN2. You'll notice CN2 is flashing 2. That was always 2. What I'm going to do now is just press the enter button. The screen will go blank and this is now going to go in to do a factory reset or it's going to reset it to an LPG product, depending on which function you chose. As you see now, the display has come back on. We've gone back into the de-aeration mode because we've set that boiler as if it was factory fresh straight out the box. Hopefully that's given you a bit of an insight into how to access the engineer menu and some of the most commonly used codes. Don't forget, if you're checking your MIs, there's going to be lots more codes to access, depending on your situation or the installation that you're doing at the time. But if you remember what we've just done, it's very simple. Press button 3, which is our menu button, access your menu, select the menu that you require, change it to your preferred settings, press the tick button, which is the enter button, to log that change into the menu. Once you've done that, we use the return button, press that twice, that will bring us back straight out to our main menu again. If you follow that process, it's dead simple. There's lots of other codes that we can access that I haven't talked about today, but hopefully that's been a bit of an insight into how you can change. Hope you found that useful. For more information, contact your area sales manager or visit the Baxi website. That'll be at www.baxi.co.uk/training.